if we disagree a lot and I kind of don't trust you and then you offer me money, I might have to say no to that until, the money is actually right there and there's so much of it and it doesn't seem to have strings attached. I really do wish this story was about how I skeptically accepted a windfall one time, but this is actually about the state of Texas, particularly Governor Abbott. I got an interesting email from his office more than a year ago. It had to do with the bipartisan Federal Infrastructure Investment and Jobs Act. In the email, the governor shared a letter that he sent to state agency heads saying we must be conscientious of conditions attached to any of these funds. And if they hinder or needlessly constrain the state or commit the state to ongoing costs, or if they require something that is contrary to the law or policy of this state, the agreement should not be signed. The governor was about to go through a primary against two further right challengers when this letter was publicized. He got a lot of news coverage for it, at least one of those articles containing kudos from conservatives for the governor's vigilant, even skeptical stance about that federal funding. Still, I kept wondering how much money might the governor actually turn down because he doesn't agree with the terms and conditions. Well, it turns out none so far. I asked the governor's office once last year and again last month if they have declined any of that infrastructure money because of the concerns the governor laid out in his letter. I even asked if he and state agency heads had had any communications about making some tough decisions on whether to accept any of that federal money, and the governor's office said they had no information responsive to my request. And so that money has been pouring in. The White House says $14.2 billion in federal funding has already been announced now for 356 infrastructure projects all across Texas, and much more could be on the way. Here is a breakdown of the more than $35 billion in infrastructure investments earmarked for Texas in that bipartisan act that was passed last year. I'm going to keep asking, though, to see if Governor Abbott's concerns materialize at some point and he decides to say no to any of those future funds. More info, as always, in today's article posted at Jason Wheeler TV on Facebook and Twitter, where we always keep it right on the money.